If you grew up between 1965 and 1980, you experienced childhood in a completely different world than exists today. You're part of Generation X, and there's fascinating psychology behind why you approach life the way you do. You learned independence early because you had to. You came home to empty houses, made your own snacks, and figured things out without constant supervision. This wasn't neglect, it was just how childhood worked back then, and it shaped your brain's development in profound ways. The autonomy you experienced during critical developmental years created neural pathways that still influence how you problem solve, relate to others, and navigate uncertainty today. Psychologically, you developed what researchers call self-reliance schemas during a time when parental oversight was minimal compared to today's standards. You're developing prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning and decision-making, got intensive real-world practice. You had to assess risks, solve problems, and regulate your own behavior without constant adult input. This created strong executive function skills and internal locus of control. You learned that outcomes depended on your own actions, not external rescue. Developmental psychology shows that children who navigate age-appropriate independence develop resilience and resourcefulness that becomes hardwired. Your generation's childhood gave you thousands of micro-experiences in autonomous decision-making during the exact developmental window when your brain was most plastic and formative. This shows up in how you handle modern life. You're probably comfortable with ambiguity and don't need constant validation or reassurance. When problems arise, your first instinct is to figure it out yourself before asking for help. You might feel uncomfortable with the amount of parental involvement you see today, or find helicopter parenting exhausting even to witness. You value your independence fiercely and can feel claustrophobic when people are too involved in your decisions. You probably prefer email over phone calls, and you definitely remember what it was like to just not be reachable. The idea of tracking someone's location or having constant digital contact feels intrusive to you because your formative years taught you that separation is normal and healthy. The deeper psychology here relates to attachment theory and what psychologists call earned secure attachment. You might not have had the intensive emotional attunement that modern parenting emphasizes, but you develop trust in your own competence. Research on generational psychology shows that Gen X developed unique coping mechanisms, including emotional self-sufficiency and skepticism toward authority and institutions. You watched your parents' generation face economic instability and divorce at unprecedented rates, which taught your developing brain to be cautious about depending on external systems. This created what psychologists call adaptive pessimism, not negativity, but realistic preparation. Your brain learned to plan for contingencies, trust yourself first, and maintain emotional equilibrium without external props. These traits are actually psychological strengths in many contexts. Your self-reliance means you're rarely paralyzed by decision-making or waiting for permission. Your skepticism protects you from manipulation and helps you think critically. Your comfort with independence means you can work autonomously and don't need constant feedback to stay motivated. Research shows that people with strong internal locus of control, like many Gen Xers, experience less anxiety in uncertain situations because they trust their ability to adapt. Your generation's low-key approach to life, your dark humor, and your ability to handle things without drama are all psychological adaptations that serve you well. You're comfortable in your own company, you don't need constant entertainment, and you can sit with discomfort without immediately seeking external solutions. Understanding this helps you appreciate that your approach to life isn't cynicism or emotional unavailability, it's adaptive resilience. The independence that shaped you created genuine psychological strengths. You're not cold or disconnected, you're self-contained in the healthiest sense. Your formative years taught you that you could handle what life threw at you, and your brain internalized that competence. The world has changed dramatically, but the psychological foundation you built serves you well. You're not jaded or disconnected. You're the product of a unique developmental environment that created remarkable resilience. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more psychology content that helps you understand yourself better.